So let me just give a little backstory. The way that we selected the youth presentations today, there is a spring youth forum that happens every year at the Great Wolf Lodge. Cool, all the kids want to go. But they have to work for that conference, and they submit a plan and they work on a project all year long. And then it's a scholarship, they're able to go, and then they present their presentation. So 2 of the groups today presented at Great Wolf Lodge this last May, and that was the work that they did in their schools from that whole previous year. Our other group, White Salmon, they're sharing a project that they did in their school last year as well, and I don't know that they were able to go to Spring Youth Forum, but maybe we can work on that this next year. So it is a really awesome conference. It's sponsored by our state division of Health and Human Services, now called Healthcare Authority. We have an amazing partnership with that agency, and they are the main funder of our project. So with that, let's hear from our Washougal Unite is our first group, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Shayla Ray Tyner.
I'm Amara Farah.
I'm Rachel Lyle.
I'm Chloe Connors.
I'm Curtis Villarreal.
And we are Unite Washougal.
There you go.
All right.
Just do the bottom one right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rachel. We'll figure this out. So we created a project called Kindness Week through our school and community to promote thoughtfulness and care. We created 3 major goals with this opportunity, and we wanted to promote positive action and give people a reason to smile. We wanted to create some sort of sense of community after the Parkland impact, and our mayor declared the month of April Kindness Month, and we wanted to involve the entire community by providing fun activities and random acts of kindness.
So we sent out a survey at the beginning of our Kindness Week and at the end because we wanted to know if our students at WHS thought we had a positive culture. So when we sent this out, most people didn't think that everything was super positive, but with the week, with all the activities we get and getting different groups involved, we saw a big increase in school culture being positive, which was really awesome.
We had many motivations for our project, and one was an amazing editor from our Lacamas magazine. He had a personal connection with the Parkland incident, and he wrote an article which later led our mayor to make April the month of kindness, which brought kindness into our community, into our schools.
Over the course of a few weeks, we created lunchtime activities all behind the message of kindness. From the first day to the last, we only saw increase in participation, with our school principal saying, "In a time in our society when the norm is to criticize and blame, Kindness Week modeled the complete opposite."
So one of the lunchtime activities we did was a compliment battle, which was where 2 people faced each other and shared compliments, like, Curtis, I love your personality.
Rachel, I love your sense of positivity towards everyone.
Thank you. Shayla, I love all your funny jokes and how you love to make everyone else smile.
Thank you. Amara, I love how you make all your friends happy.
Thank you. Chloe, I love your outgoing personality.
Thank you.
Another one of our lunchtime activities were kindness boards. We put a chalkboard in our commons and we wrote questions like, what does kindness mean to you? And throughout the day, students were able to write their responses, and with their responses, Unite made this huge banner that hung in our downtown Washougal for a week in the month of June.
I think hula hooping was by far our biggest success. From the beginning of lunch, our school principal, Erin Hansen, standing in the middle of the commons alone, hula hooping. But by the end of lunch, we had so many people hula hooping together that we could barely walk through the commons. It was super cool to see all these people who would never talk to each other get together and be able to laugh and have a good time. These are our students filling out what we called smilegrams. There are examples on your tables for you guys. The smilegrams were also a very large success. The first week, we had 69 of them filled out, but the second week we had 129 filled out. So it was amazing to see all these kind messages going from peer to peer, from teacher to peer. It was super cool.
This was Washougal's first time doing Kindness Week, and we had great results. With after the Kindness Week happening, we had students coming up to members of Unite asking what would the next activity be during lunch. We plan on incorporating Kindness Week into the years to come with lunchtime activities through Spirit Weeks and just lunchtime activities.
These are our kindness pledges. We've put some on the tables if you want to look over what the options were on those. So we passed those out to our students, and they had to pick 5 of them and complete them throughout our kindness week and get it signed. And at the end of our kindness week, we had a raffle, and whoever we drew out of that, we used those as our raffle tickets basically, and they'd have to go through and pick whichever 5 of the kindness options were and complete those, and then they'd get it signed by, I think, a teacher or someone else in the school, and then they turn that into one of the kindness tables during lunch.
The bottom of all these papers say spread kindness like confetti. Your guys's don't, but all of those ones to our students did. And that's why, that's why we have confetti poppers on your tables. We would like you to take a confetti popper and bring it with you and spread kindness.
Throughout the 2 weeks we did this, we know our school was impacted, not only through our data that was collected, but the simple smiles in the halls and the Snapchat stories filled with compliment battles and hula hooping kids. It was just so amazing to see how many people were impacted at our school.
We had many organizations help out and sponsor us throughout this project, including various administrations and clubs at the school, examples of which you can see up on the screen.
So along with our survey on culture, we wanted to know if students felt like they belong at WHS. So we sent the survey out at the beginning and end, and at the beginning we didn't see many students feeling like they belonged, but with the hula hooping and the compliment battle and getting different groups together, we saw groups get together that you'd never see together and people feeling like they belong at our school.
Thank you.
Good job, Washougal. Wow. I think I neglected to mention, I think they placed in the finalists at the conference. It is a competition. And does anyone know how many youth groups presented at the Spring Youth Forum? 50-ish. And 2 of our presenters today were in the finalists. So